Welcome, everyone. What better way to end the weekend than the NBA on 2K Sports? This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. This is the first they're seeing of Memphis. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Let him go to work because he can overpower defense. Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
Pass to Boozer. Back to Morant. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Dyson Daniels. Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shot. When it comes to confrontation.
Oh yeah, no, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
Free throw drops for Morant. Stan, he's one of the most exciting players in the league right now. What makes Ja Morant so special?
Oh, look, B.A., his explosiveness. Sometimes he makes you nervous with how much he throws his body around. But what I love about Ja is that it shows he has no off switch. He plays with intensity.
Pass to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with the head coach for the Hawks. Tonight, it's all about how they deal with the dynamic Ja Morant. The coach said it's simple. You cannot allow Morant to get downhill. That's it. The hard part is actually executing that game plan. Ja has so many moves, he's so quick and relentless. You can't lose track of him even for a moment. Brian, back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Oh, a sensational play. Adjusting in midair to elude the defender, just couldn't finish.
Down low. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Boozer. And he jams it home with authority. And the chess match continues.
7 lead changes already, and we're still in the first half?
Outside Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. And he banks in the layup. Okongwu's got his second basket of the game.
Sometimes Okongwu can finesse his way around you in tight. He's got nice touch around the bucket.
And stolen by Brunson. Here's Daniels. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense. I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the night now. And so Tuomas Isalo calls a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Rare sight. How often does he fail to capitalize at the line?
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Here's Bird. Sinks the tray.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Morant. Morant with the slam!
Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
And Porzingis, known to everyone as the unicorn. I'm sure some of our viewers wonder where he got that nickname from.
The BA, I heard that actually Kevin Durant gave it to him due to his rare combination of size and skill. One unicorn recognizing another, I guess. Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, a solid shooter from the line.
Pass to Maker. Here's Coward. Driving inside. Here's Pete. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hart. And Toppin pulls it down. The Hawks lead by 4. A minute 6 left to play in the first. Here's Brunson. Uses the glass on the layup.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Pass to Pete. Here's Ben. To the inside. Outside Hart. Over Toppin. Hart can't hit.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Back to Toppin. Got it off in time. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Hawks ahead. They're up by 2. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. All right, guys, what do you think about the Hawks here in this one?
They are looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, BA, you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. Here's Pete. And that misses. That would have put him up. Pass to Brunson. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Noel. The kick out to Brunson. Now here's Toppin. Take it away. In transition. Here's Coward. Off target with the three. Here's Atlanta now. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them. Here's Porzingis. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Here's Brunson, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Maker. And a nice finish on the layup. Maker's got 6.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
Here's Noel. Here's Bird. Outside Brunson.
And defense is prepared for Brunson's foul-drawing tactics, but they still can't do anything about it.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. That free throw misses. And the Grizzlies with some changes. That one's no good.
And you gotta love Jalen Brunson's mix of physical and mental skills. He's not just fast and tenacious, he's also very intelligent about how he attacks you.
Back to Edey. They swipe it. And now the Hawks on the break. Pass to Okongwu. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Brunson. A go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Just 5 on the clock. Nice move. And he sinks the layup.
Hey, if you give him room, he's gonna score the ball.
Here's Morant. Morant fights through contact inside.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Right side, Brunson. And Edey with a block. They get it back. Left side, Brunson. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Here's Noel. The putback.
Yeah, Okongwu has been stepping up his efforts on the offensive glass, and he's rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Morant with the bucket.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Hawks on D. The floater. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 57 seconds left in the second. To the middle. Knocked away. The kick out to Brunson. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. A shot by Johnson, no good. Inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Now here's Morant. Outside Wells. Outside Morant. Fades away. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for Memphis. Pass to Clayton. Going inside. And it's Brunson with the rebound. To the middle. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Right side, Porzingis. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Brunson with it. And Wells picks him up defensively. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attacking the rim.
What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Back to Brunson. To the inside. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Zach Edey. And this will be his second trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
Here's Daniels. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Clayton's shot is good.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. John Morant able to fly with the best, but he said, sometimes I get knocked out of the air and hit the floor. After the game, you may feel that, so I just pick and choose, man. Hey, 2 points is 2 points. I get it done. That's all that matters. Brian, back to you.
He can still get up. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie. Back to Porzingis. Daniels outside. With the drive. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Flashing his athleticism there. I like when Daniels goes right at the rim.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. Brunson looks it over. Pass to Johnson. On the wing, Daniels. Soft touch off the glass. Daniels has got 6 points in the quarter.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
The shot by Clayton, no good. The Hawks leading.
Team 7. Substitution on the court.
Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Some room here for Schroeder. Memphis with a rebound.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Pass to Pete. And here's Hart. Stripped it away. Now here's Okongwu. Here's Newell. Picked up by Okongwu. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot. To the paint. Oh, deflected. Right side Schroeder. Out to the wing. Okongwu with the bucket. Okongwu's got 10. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another note, how about the way they've cashed in off turnovers, taking advantage when given the extra opportunity.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Yeah, great to see Okongwu not only finding chances to score, but looking for more, not being satisfied with what he's done already.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display. Impressive one-hand slam right there, VA.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And so Tomas Isalo calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And that one misses. Pass to Newell. Outside Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Here's Newell. Launches it. That shot is off.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
And there's the screen. Here's Pete. Left side, Caldwell Pope. And the basket by Pete. Pete's got his second bucket on the night.
Nice handoff by Caldwell Pope, making a well-timed pass.
Down low. Here's Okongwu. And the layup is good off the glass.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
The Hawks lead by 4. And here's Schroeder outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Newell. Here's Benton. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Benton's got his first points of the night.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. The Hawks on top, up 2. And we'll... And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And Schroeder has got the ball here for Atlanta. The lead is 2. Pass to Newell. Here's Bird. Here's Newell. Just 4 to shoot. It's picked off. And here's the fast break. Here's Clayton. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. 3 on 3. Now Okongwu. Here's Bird. Back to Okongwu. Edey with a steal. 3-on-3. Pass to Boozer. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Here's Wells. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
And Atlanta with possession here. 2-point game. This one for three. The rebound by Edey. Pass to Wells. Here's Boozer. Here's Clayton. Covered by Schroeder. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Boozer. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Shot's good by Schroeder. Now it's a 4-point Atlanta lead.
Well, for a guard like Schroeder, you want to take advantage of those looks inside.
And timeout is called by Tuomas Isalo. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message that the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. Coach telling the team, we're right in this. We have to keep fighting. If we can get consecutive stops, we've got a shot. We'll see if they can come back, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Johnson. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. 9 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson is a wing who wants to go inside. He doesn't settle too often.
Pass to Boozer. Here's Wells. And again, it's Memphis missing. The Hawks lead by 6. And here's Kuminga for 3. Tips it. Daniels outside. Back to Johnson. Tries again. It's rebounded by Memphis. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back.
And after a first half where he didn't turn it over once, that has sure changed here in the second.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Jonathan Kuminga. No good from 3.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Count it.
Well, look, they needed that one. Tremendous leadership by Caldwell Pope in an important situation.
Here's Daniels. Outside Kuminga. 6 to shoot. Now Brunson. And now Memphis on the break.
When they need it most, they show us some clutch play on both ends of the floor.
Well, this is what he does. When you need him to come through, he answers the call.
Now Brunson. There's a screen by Johnson. Here's Kuminga. Left side Brunson. From deep. It's good from beyond the arc.
Yeah, an opportune bucket from Kuminga. Stepping up big time.
Morant lets it fly. A minute 37 left to the 4th. And stolen by Brunson. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Daniels. And here's Porzingis. Johnson outside. Using the glass to lay it in.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold, that's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And when Johnson gets an opening, no question he's looking to power it down.
Out of bounds, it'll be Hawks ball.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Brunson. Oh, can't hit the jumper. And here are the Grizzlies now. 8-point game. The skill, the grace, Morant.
Well, that's why you give Morant the ball down the stretch. He does not fear the big moments.
Every moment counts here. They have got to get moving.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts. It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. So both teams changing it up here. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
.26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oh, he misses the layup. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
Well, what I like most about Okongwu is his switchability defensively. He has the size to battle down low and the quickness to guard on the perimeter.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
And stolen by Brunson. So it's at